Hi, my name is Bryce. Welcome back to VHS Player. We are playing The Legend of Dragoon and recording it all on VHS. Last time we got out of this death frontier, it was miserable by design, I'm fairly certain. Anyway, so before we get too far, I just kind of wanted to do a quick recap of the plot so far, but I want to keep it short, so it is going to be quite ungracious and unfair to the game in how much I'm paraphrasing. But just like I was thinking about it, and it's like, why did the end of disc 3 like make me mad? And I figured it out. We'll get into that in a second. The story so far: Dart returns home and finds his village has been razed and his childhood friend taken, and that gets him embroiled with the Serdio Wars. And at the end of disc 1, we've gathered some friends, we lost some friends, and we kick the crap out of Emperor Dole and end the Serdio conflict. However, it is revealed that Lloyd, who we met at a carnival, is the bad man and has taken the sacred moon object and escaped northward. We give chase. Disc 2, we give chase. Some adventures happen along the way, but we give chase, and another sacred moon object is stolen. Disc 3, we give chase, and another sacred moon object is stolen, and we have some adventures along the way. And then finally, we catch up with Lloyd, and it turns out that our childhood friend is once again taken, and and at that point, we go and track down Emperor Diaz, who wants all 3 of the sacred moon artifacts, and that's when we are let in on what the plot of the game actually is. Like, there's been like some things that alluded towards plot, like Rose having her flashback cutscene of here's all the Sakugo of the Dragoon campaign for 11,000 years ago, and Zieg getting turned to stone, who was Rose's love interest, and also, as it turns out, is is Dart's dad. And yeah, it's just like, I don't know, like that's why the end of disc 3 was bugging me, is that it's like, for disc 1 was fine, like we're embroiled with the Serdio conflict, and that's that. Spring Breath Town, Ulara. Oh goodness, it's gonna be another town episode, isn't it? But it's like, the Serdio conflict stuff is just like, that's fairly on par with a lot of JRPG stuff, right? Like, your characters, through like some personal connections, end up embroiled in a greater conflict. That happens a lot, and then usually that conflict like rolls into something that is just like, it's like a compounding rolling snowball of plot of just like, oh, but actually this conflict was brought on by blah blah, and this conflict was brought on by blah blah, and now go fight God. That's very JRPG, and like that's the way a lot of stories work. It's just like, it starts off with a small personal matter that then embroils you with larger things, and that's how plots work. But like, in particular, this plot has been like, it was disc 1, get embroiled in a larger conflict, resolve that conflict, but also give chase. And it's like, okay, yeah, giving chase, that's a good start, but then it's just been like, and keep giving chase, and keep giving chase, and keep giving chase, and keep giving chase. And actually, as it turns out, the plot has to do with, oh, actually, the moon that never sets that you've been, like, there's been like these mild hints towards things of just like, oh, by the way, at the start of disc 2, we're going to introduce you to the idea of the moon that never sets. We're not really going to say too much about it. It's just like related to the Black Monster and some stuff like Moonchild, Black Monster, and those are words that we're going to throw around. But There's the moon that never sets is introduced, and like we have Zeeg being turned stone introduced in like a little side cutscene, and we have like the history of the world creation myth, Soa, I guess, weird tree cinematic. But like, it's not until we have revealed to us, by the way, the moon that never sets is actually a Virage embryo, and it's going to be the next dominant species of the world, which will destroy mankind, and etc. And also, I needed these 3 moon objects, and also Shauna, in order to bring it back to life. And by the way, it's Disc 4 now, walk through the desert. That's the thing that really bothered me about the end of Disc 3, is just that. It really was just like, and now you're part of the actual plot. And it's like, I've been doing nothing for 2 discs, aside from like chasing after Lloyd, who I met at a carnival. And that is just like a funny sticking point. It's just like, I met this man at a carnival. He entered a warrior contest. Because, like, why was Lloyd there? What were you doing, Lloyd? Why did you go to the carnival that day? Why are you going to carnivals? You've been trying to end the world or something. Anyway. I don't know. That's just been, like, on my mind. I've been thinking about it. Like, it's been, like, 2 weeks since I've played the game, and my brain was, like, just kind of stirring around thoughts about this game. It's just like, what's bothering me about this? Like, why was I really bothered by the end of Disc 3? And that's it. It's just like, the plot has been happening the entire time, but only now am I aware of it. Anyway, let's see if I can remember anybody's voices. Even if an adventurer is lucky to make it through the Death Frontier, nobody can proceed from here. Time was stopped for me 11,000 years ago with the spell of this choker. And this is the only way to see Ulara, the Spring Breath Town. But where is it? The only thing here is an endless desert. No, it's not. Hashel, I sense it. I sense people's feelings. Over there. We can fly over there with this. Are you afraid? Oh, okay. That makes more sense than I was giving you credit for. I think you are. Maybe. We're standing by you. I know. Let's go. I see you down here, Box, trying to hide. Of course, I can't carry more items. And I could probably go into town and, like, actually do something. That's a lot of regular old healing items. That's a really crappy healing item. Let's get rid of the really crappy healing item. Oh boy, a Sun Rhapsody. Hooray. Welcome to Ulara, the Spring Breath Town. I am the guard of the teleporting device, Karen. I see what you did there, game naming. I'm a good friend of Rose's. Long time no see. Long time? Rose, you're starting to regain a sense of time, aren't you? No, not only that, you have recovered a lot of other things, too. Are you the person who stopped time for Rose? No, it was Shal Frama. She is the person we have to meet now. Rose has been carrying the fate of the world all alone while shedding tears of blood. Can you go with Rose? Karen, stop it. I don't need to force them. I have already settled things with the Black Monster. The only thing left is that I have to complete this journey with my companions. If you understand that, I have nothing to say. Yes, but you still have something to say. Go see Charles first. Until you do, I will close the way going forward. Come back here. It's been a while since the last time I saw a human other than Rose. It's been 11,000 some years. 11,000 is such a nonsense number. Like, it feels like the point at which people, like, anyone would lose track of counting the years. The water flowing down here is created by magic. Magic does bring happiness to the world unless you use it the wrong way. Oh, and before me are 3 routes. Because of course there are. Can't just go to town. Town has to be a maze. Roses? I think Shauna would be happy to see them. It makes me relieved. I didn't know you liked the flowers, Miranda. Miranda say that, or was that Dart? I guess there is some woman in you. I hate Herschel. Don't misread me. Roses make me puke. They're just flashy. They don't have any kindness in them. Do you know why roses have thorns? It is to bring out their own red using the blood of people they hurt. They'll do anything for their own happiness. Let's move on. I don't need to be here. Flowers open their heart only to the people who appreciate their beauty. Loving is very hard but important. I regret to inform you, this does seem like it's going to be another town episode, which is, of course, my most favorite thing in 3D JRPGs. To make humans who are worn out by the war regain their dream and hope, that is the Stardust plan. Stardust? Y'all got any Stardust? It's hard to hold without being scratched by the thorns. Stardust. I've missed so much Stardust, by the way. Every time I take a peek at a walkthrough for whatever reason, which has largely been, hey, give me a map for the Death Frontier, and also, hey, what's up with this chest, and how does it work? Oh boy. It's always just like, by the way, this chapter, in this section, you should have this many Stardust. It's just like, I sure don't. Alright, what do you actually have to sell? Recover all the stuff, recover some of the stuff. Oh boy, we can buy just a collection of the worst items. These weapons are filled with magic power. Let's have a look. A fairy sword. 50% more SP. Escape rate of attack stuff. Increases avoidance by 20 points for both. That seems real good, actually. That is actually like a really significant boost in attack for you. It's like meh, 5 points. 10 points though, when you have 30 is yeah, that's a 33% increase roughly. Kind of important. Okay, fine. Let's buy some things. You don't get nice things. These do actually seem really quite nice. The here's 5 points of evasion combined with the Sage's Cloak would be like, hey, here's just a 25% chance to not get hit. Still really want to get back to, you know, other parts of the world at some point. So I can spend 10,000 monies on the I'd like to not play the game button. As it turns out, Ultimate War God, real nice, just not having to deal with the timed hit system anymore. There's nobody here. We only provide relaxation time during the night. Come back after dusk. Miata, where's Charles?
Oh, you're wondering because she would normally be taking care of these babies, right? Cheryl is preparing herself because, well, the things we didn't tell you about, right? Zieg told you them, so it must be about the moon signet. Tell me, what do you know? The signet is the signet sphere. The signet sphere is a sealing device that was created to be the last barrier, just in case the Moonchild had reached the moon that never sets. Even my mistake was in your plan. You are really scary people. Even more scary is Zieg. He is trying to destroy the signet sphere, using the divine mood objects.
Wait a minute. You made the signet sphere just because you were afraid of the birth of the god of destruction? And why did you make tools that can destroy the signet?
Ask Charles. It was decided between the siblings. I will. Charles has been waiting for you guys at her home since this morning. Please, go see her.
Oh, in the mouth of this, Stardust. You guys were meant to come to the city. Humans, Gigantos, and one of us, a Wingley. I would like to tell you something. It wasn't only Wingleys that wanted the Dragon campaign. However, it is true that Wingleys and humans drove themselves to war. If you have time, let me tell you a story about the two Wingleys who were the leaders. Sure. Once upon a time, the first Wingley. The first is Melbu Frama. He was the leader of the Wingleys during the Dragon campaign. He was also the younger brother of Charles. Being the leader of the Wingleys meant being the ruler of the world. He professed that only Wingleys had the right to live, and he ruled over the other species, physically and mentally. As a result, the grievances of the other species accumulated, and the Dragon campaign began. The war ended when the royal capital, Kadesa, was annihilated, and at the same time, Melbu Frama was killed by the sword of the Dragoon, Zieg. The other man who led the Wingleys was Faust. As the right-hand man of Melbu Frama, he was feared by other Wingleys. He also was known as a wizard and a magician. We've seen him before, actually. His magic power was incredibly enormous. He could even create his own apparition, his double. The apparition had most of the capabilities of Faust himself. However, Melbu felt uneasy over the existence of the apparition, so he created something. What Faust did was like professing an intention towards disloyalty. It is natural that he didn't like it. It was called the Vanishing Stone. With that item, it is said that you can make the apparition disappear, although I don't know if it is true or not. Let's get back to the story. Faust was the commander of the super mobile fort Flanvel as well. Now, Flanvel is at the bottom of a glacier, however, it used to be floating in the sky in order to protect the 5 main cities that also floated in the sky. Faust manipulated Flanvel and killed any of the other species. However, the insanity of Faust ended with the collapse of Flanvel. It was shot down by a weapon invented by the humans, the spear shooter. His beloved vehicle became his tomb. He should be satisfied with that. That is the end of my story. If you want to listen to it again, come back anytime. I'm more than willing to tell you. I feel like I've seen the Vanishing Stone in a shop or something. Because I feel like that's not the first time I've heard of it. But anyway, now we know what we need in order to fight Faust. Oh, by some mercy, it seems like this town is actually quite limited in structure.
Oh, Rosie, darling, I have been waiting for you.
You know, I actually feel like that is the right voice for this.
I don't need your greetings. You know what I want to ask you. Oh, you are scary. But before that, can you introduce me to the son of the dear Ziggy? This is Dirt. Doesn't he look just like our Ziggy? But Rosie, honey, it's complicated. You have to fight with the son of someone who used to be your significant other. And furthermore, the enemy is the significant other. That is, in fact, the plot so far. Do you want me to give you a knuckle sandwich? Oh, sorry, honey. But I'm really concerned, so I'm intentionally making it happy and delightful so that you won't be depressed. Rosie, sweetheart. You have never changed.
Charles, if you know, please tell us. Where should we head to?
Oh, really? You have the same eyes as Ziggy. I know. I have been waiting for you in order to tell you everything. Now, what would you like me to tell you?
I guess about the Signet Sphere, because that's the part that is kind of important right now.
Oh, Ziggy is trying to break the signet of the moon that never sets with the magic power of the divine moon objects. That signet is the Signet Sphere. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you about this. I have to apologize. I miss the moon child, Shauna. Oh, but you still have time. The signet of the moon that never sets is not yet broken.
Where are the remaining signets?
In the past, they were placed in 5 cities, but there are only 3 left.
That's why they needed the same number of divine moon objects. What happened to the other 2?
One was destroyed in the royal capital Kadesa during the Dragon campaign, and the other was lost when the divine dragon assaulted the Crystal Palace.
Oh, that would be the beam of light that shot out. Does that mean without the divine moon objects, the Signet Sphere... Wait. Without the divine moon objects, the Signet Sphere can be destroyed? Is that... Anyway, does that mean without the divine moon objects, the Signet Sphere can be destroyed?
The divine moon objects are just tools that conceal vast amounts of magic power, that's all. Oh, and so in order to destroy the Signet Sphere, having the same amount of magic power as the divine moon objects is sufficient.
Oh, my dad knew about this and made Lloyd collect them.
It doesn't seem like him, but it's so indirect. Plus, it's something is strange. I wonder how Ziggy knows about the Signet Sphere.
Not only that, he knew about Shauna. He knew that Shauna is the Moonchild.
It's the 108th fruit of the divine tree dropped. It was conceived with the god of destruction that ends the world. That's why we separated it into its soul and flesh and sealed them away. My baby brother Melbu sealed the soul, which was the source of the magic power in the crystal sphere, but when he fought Ziggy, it was broken. Then the soul escaped from the crystal sphere and started to transmigrate into a human body. Oh, since then it has been called the Moonchild. What is left in the sky is the moon that never sets. When the Moonchild goes back to the moon that never sets, the Virage embryo, the god of destruction, will be born. So we needed our Rosie to take on an important task. For 11,000 years, every 18 years, she kills a child. We had to put it on her, and also make her timeless. Couldn't get our own hands bloody, you see. Please understand her. Oh, you are concerned, aren't you?
Why does he have to destroy the world?
Oh, sorry, but that is the one thing that I don't understand.
He was unmistakably Zeeg.
Ziggy was the fiancé of Rosie. They crossed both swords and love. Oh, just looking at them made me feel embarrassed.
Stop right there. I want to talk alone with Zeeg about our memories. I agree. So why did you make the divine moon objects that can break the signet sphere anyway? It really does seem very silly. That's right. If you are not planning to allow the Virage embryo to be born, why would you need them?
Oh, I didn't want to, but my baby brother Melbu insisted.
That's not an explanation, Charles.
Oh, but you are so uptight. Okay, I'll explain it to you. I told you that we sealed the soul of the Virage embryo in the crystal sphere, right? It is in order to draw lots of magical power and rule over other creatures. I wanted to make him stop being a dictator, because even though we have different appearances or capabilities, we are the same. We should be able to live together on good terms. That's why I created the signet sphere, in order to weaken the magic power in the crystal sphere. Rose, without telling you that, the 5 signets that protect the moon that never sets restrain the magic power that flows from there. My operation was a big success, I thought.
But Melbu found out about it and created the divine moon objects.
I guess he was prepared so that he could destroy the signets anytime he wanted to.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, that's right. That is the most important information for you, isn't it? Oh, because Ziggy has the divine moon objects and he can break the signets anytime. Listen carefully. The rest of the 3 signet spheres are located in the ancient cities. The names of the cities are the Magical City Aglis, Lost City Zenebatos, and the Death City Mayfill.
Death City. Those cities are still alive?
It's surprising, isn't it? Oh, of course, they were badly damaged during the war.
How do we get there?
Oh, go to Rouge. Then you will be on your way.
You said Rouge? That's my hometown!
See, it is already open, isn't it? Well, it'll be a night soon. Why don't you go look around until tomorrow morning?
Don't worry about me. Go take a walk in the Ulara Beba night.
Oh, dart, sweetie pie. Everybody is outside.
Box. Moon Serenade. Y'all got any of that stardust? Oh, now our way is open, Shauna. I'll be there soon. Rose. You really forgive? Don't say anything. It's already in the past. Take your sword. Okay. I guess this already happened. You have become strong. You can take care of yourself. Kill me.
Why?
The black monster is dead now. We only have a companion who is on the same road.
I miss the time when you were chased by Freyerbrand in the forest.
Me too. And I didn't know anything back then. The world is so frail.
The world is created so that it can perish at any time. The Creator Soa can recreate one at any time. But the people living there can't accept it, believing it is fate or struggle against it. I struggled in order to protect this world. That was taken back by my friends, who gave up their lives.
I told you. You're no longer alone, Rose.
Dart?
Let's go see everybody. This is just the beginning. It sure is the beginning of us being informed on the actual plot. I gotta watch out or it'll bite me.
Standing in the darkness of the night, you feel almost as if you've lost your sense of existence. Have you had that kind of experience? There are two magic elements sealed in Rose's choker. One is to open the signet of the city, and the other is immortality.
So, we are leaving in the morning.
Yeah, we are. What are you doing here?
We don't know what will happen in ancient city of Winglies. We need strong weapon. Congo doesn't care about leader of creatures. Congo goes with you to the end. For me too. It is no longer a mere problem of the moon gem. I cannot ignore this crisis of the world. You didn't imagine we wouldn't go with you, did you?
I didn't.
Hurry up if you want to buy. Humans in Giganto, your time is limited. Got any late night offers for me? Interesting that we're giving up physical defense. Like, it's on par with whatever Dart actually has equipped. What are people wearing? Things that increase your speed. Right? I really wish there was some way to check that without having to, like, unequip everything. Yeah, more turns. Basically, more turns versus having a slight dodge chance. Iron knee pieces are... Okay, cool. I don't even have my full party because of... Harumph. It is kind of annoying that whenever they do these little breakout sessions, then it's just like, oh, by the way, you don't actually have your full party and you can't actually, like, see what everybody's equipment is right now. Harumph. Towns in video games, am I right?
Hey, Dirt, I was telling Karen about my forest. It's totally fun.
Ah, that's right. Karen and the others have been in the city forever.
Exactly, so I'm telling her about the latest fashions outside. It seems you heard about everything from Charles. Where are the other people?
I don't know. I think they're around there.
But, Darts, you should meet your other friends, otherwise you cannot go forward, can you? When you meet everybody, come again. I'll open the next way.
Well, excuse me for looking for said people here. Minute. So I guess maybe they're all down here? Oh, dang. This place is hopping at night.
It's not true. The reason why I hate roses is because I see my mother in roses. My mother never looked at me directly. It was as if she was hiding something from me. And she beat me up. I didn't know what was going on and why she was doing it to me, but I remember at least one thing. There were always roses on the shelf behind my mother.
Why did your mother leave you?
Sorry, let's not talk about me anymore. Spoils our drinks.
I don't think so. It's okay to be this way. Life is not always happy. Listening to your story reminds me of my past.
About your runaway daughter, right?
You are so sharp it hurts.
I hate being roundabout. Oh, you guys are here. When are we leaving? Hashel has been drinking too much since he heard we are going to Rouge.
That's right. Drink a little more and let's leave for Rouge at once. Of course, to save the world.
Give me a drink too.
May I join? I wanted to talk to you, Miranda. Same here.
Oh, shall we go?
During our time of the Dragon Campaign, Weelys were divided into two camps. Each followed one of the leaders, Charles or Melbu, who were siblings. At an age when the world was ruled by Winglies, in order to pay for that, we are now stuck in here.
Hey, champ.
The spell of eternity indeed creates an immortal body, but it also corrodes the heart.
Alright, so... Nightclub is, that's it? It's just a nightclub? I was really expecting that to be more of an inn than a nightclub, but okay. Should be everybody, I think.
Hey, buddies. Karen was telling me about the teleporting device. It's not like back home. And when are we going? We already heard lots about it from Charles, and we found out where we should go. You are coming too? Of course! Without me, the strongest of all, you cannot save the world. Besides, I learned a lot of following Dart. Everybody's the same. Gigantos, humans, winglies. And I can't stand the destruction of a world where everybody lives. I think for the first time I agree with you, Marrow. This is the first time? Leave here tomorrow morning. By that time, I'll be prepared so that I can send you on the way that goes to the home of Gigantos from here.
We can travel that far instantly? Then we might as well go directly to Rouge.
Our power is becoming weaker day by day. That is our maximum power.
I understand.
Take a boat to Rouge. It should have been prepared from the Twin Castle a short while ago.
Was there a dock in that castle?
I asked King Zior and had him make one especially. I'm surprised he listened to a wingly. There are no humans or winglies when it comes to the end of the world. You don't need to thank us. Now, it is too much to say that the mission of the city is to send you off. Yes, that is one way. This city has been looking after the world. Let's go back to Charles. She must have prepared the bedrooms for us.
Alright, one last check-in with Charles, or not. And I think before we actually get our scram on, we should just go ahead and save and call it a day. Because it sounds like we're about to start getting into things. Alright. Everybody is gone. Probably waiting for us at the teleporter to see us off, I guess. That sounds like a problem for next time. Let's actually contact the save point so I can save. Wahoo! There we go. We did it. A nice... So... I know I've picked on a lot of cities in this game because, boy howdy, they are load-bearing, I suppose. But this one, it's nice, simple, it's small. It's only got like four paths and 4 buildings and like not much to do in it. And it's just like, hey, here's a town. Have at it. Done. And that's it. We're done. Hooray. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Bryce. This has been VHS Play. Have yourself a lovely evening.